There we go. Hello, team. Welcome to our Monday night call. I'm really excited to be sharing with you tonight. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lindsay Guittard. I'm a regional vice president with Arbonne, and I'm a very proud independent consultant. I know Paige is going to be sharing at the end here, so I'm just going to start it off. But first of all, for all of our local Edmonton folks in surrounding area, just a reminder, it was shared on our last call, but next Wednesday, July 24th, in my backyard where I'm sitting right now, we're going to be hosting a little Arbonne gathering. So it's open to all consultants. It's open for you to bring a guest. And it's a great opportunity for people to try products. We're going to have all the new products here. A great opportunity to meet the team, to have some mocktails, some cocktails, and just feel the Arbonne community and to hear a little bit more about the business opportunity in a very casual atmosphere. So we're going to make it super fun. It's going to be amazing. So please get your invites out. I just sent voice notes to people today, and I'm challenging myself to have 3 guests there. So I want to encourage you to do the same thing. So I'm just saying like, hey, whatever. I hope you're having an amazing summer. I know it's been a long time since we've seen each other, and so you're such a valued customer of mine. I would love if you were to come to my backyard. I'm hosting a super fun event. There's going to be some mocktails, some all of the new Arbonne goodies, and you're going to hear a little more information. And I would love for you to come and be my guest. Can you make it? And so I'm just sending that with enthusiasm in voice notes to preferred clients or like to prospects. So if someone I frame it the question a little differently if I'm really wanting them to go for the business, because I find it awkward if I invite them and then it's like, boom, they're like thrown in the face with not really knowing what they're there for. So I just want to share that with you. So lots of time to get your ask on. And if you're not local in Edmonton and surrounding area, but you have someone here that you'd like to ask, by all means, please invite them. I will send you my address, and we will make them feel at home. So please invite them. Okay. I had to have that open so I could remember the one date because that's where my brain is at. Okay. So what I want to talk to you tonight, just going to pull up my notes, is a training that was shared with me by Bob Healing. And so he is like kind of a networking guru. I'm sure a lot of you have heard about him, but he's amazing and he likes to really break things down. And this training is about authentic outreach. And so I have personally built my business a lot online. I have not always done it perfectly, and it is some sales take longer than others. Some are instantaneous. Others take sorry, a long time, like a year or 2 or longer. And that's just the name of the game. But what I really love about this training is that he really breaks it down into an authentic way, because for me, this business isn't authentic to me when I'm not authentic to myself. It feels not right. It feels out of alignment with me. And so I love that this is all about authenticity and making it all client-centered. And so I love that this really helps us to move a sale forward, to figure out what our clients' pain points are or our prospects' pain points are, and to really make this all about them and how we can like move them. So I got to sit this way. My hips are hurting. Move them through the sales funnel in an efficient way that addresses their needs. So what is an authentic outreach? It's a messaging strategy that will help you confidently start conversations every day that will help you create more sales and get more recruits. And I think it's really important that starting these conversations,
Maybe.
oops, having these conversations daily, or just starting one daily, and there's different, sorry, I'm an old lady here, gotta adjust here. So having even one conversation started a day, think about how that compounds over time. And so and by that point, you don't even realize you've had all these conversations or people aren't answering you because you're just in like these authentic conversations. So it matters because you'll make more sales and get more recruits. You're going to utilize untapped opportunity that lies in your existing network and start seeing faster results. I think a lot of us think, oh, well, we've asked everyone, but have we helped everyone? right? They think there's a difference because we can ask someone to look at the opportunity or look at the products, and they can say no, and we think we've asked everyone. But if we haven't really uncovered and helped them explore or figure out how our bond can fit into their lives, we really haven't done our job. And so it's going to help us feel more hopeful and empowered and have the control over the results you create and where you focus your time. And you're going to have more fun. This business is so much fun when you really get to help people. This business becomes not fun when you feel like when you put QV on everyone's head. Because again, it starts to feel inauthentic to you and not fun. So, um, 3 factors to consider with authentic outreach. It's honest and direct. It's leads with problem solving, and it helps you audition prospects. So like you're not taking everyone in the kitchen sink into your business. Like you can be, I guess like, oh my gosh, what is the word? You can be selective as to who you invite into your business. Um, and you can like I do encourage you to write out a list of your dream team or like the key traits of consultants that you want. Like, are they hardworking? Are they active on social media? Are they like nutrition focused or health focused, or do they need health in their life? Are like really map that out, what that looks like for a dream consultant. So then when you're asking these questions to them, you can be like, oh, okay, this is in alignment with me and my dream team. So I am going to share, um, before I share, Amber, I love that you called me Linda, slash Linz, because that is how I got my nickname, Linda. Everyone calls me Linda because Linz always autocorrects to Linda. So my kids and everyone calls me Linda. So I think that's amazing because who wants to correct Linz? It's like Linda works. Like, listen, Linda. Okay. So I just had to point that out because I thought it was really funny. Okay. I'm going to play this. Whoops. Whoop. Can you guys see this okay? Slide 1, it says authentic outreach scripts. Everyone good? Alicia, I see you. Can you nod your head? Okay, thank you. Looking beautiful tonight. Okay, so authentic outreach to your current customers. So this is where, like, I know often our outreach to our customers is very like surface level and we're just like focused on the products. But this really makes you focus in on results and helping them maybe navigate through our product offerings or navigate through the products that they're actually using and making sure they're getting the most from it and maybe navigating into the business, right? Like if they're sharing it with people and all the things. So how you'd start it off with is like, hey, blank, like use their name. Like we're not, hey girl, or hey you, or hey bud, like use their name, make it seem official or whatever is authentic to you. Do you have a few minutes? I have a few questions I want to ask you, and then wait for their response before moving forward. Don't just like blah, 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 word vomit all over them. Where's my, trying to find my cursor here. Nope. I'm working on finding better ways to add value and serve my customers. You've been such a great customer and would love to ask you a few questions if that's okay. And so, sure. Okay, Alicia, I see your face, so I'm just going to pretend I'm talking to you. So, sure, Alicia would love to hear my questions that I have for her, wouldn't you? So if you don't know what their problem is, say like for why they started the products, like if it was just like, boom, sale, we're moving on. Why did you buy the products in the first place? And was there a specific problem you had or something you were struggling with? Or if you do know their problem, just wanted to check in to see how you're doing with, Alicia had like IBS, trouble pooping, like how are the green, she didn't actually, guys, I'm just like throwing this down there. Happens to the best of us. How are you doing with that? Like has the Green Gut Glow and the new Green Synergy that you've just started, how is that helping you with that? And then wait for a response. And then is that is that something that's still an issue for you today? If no, then they're probably a great success story for you. And then great way, like ask for a testimonial. And so why did they buy from you? Because there's a lot of like there are a lot of consultants out there, and there's some people that know consultants that choose you over the other person. So I think it's great to know so that you can like really hone in on those characteristics that they do point out, because those are things that you want to continue using. Or maybe they give you some feedback that you're like, okay, I need to work on that. But what was the reason you chose to buy from me? And then how's the experience been so far as a customer of mine? And you might ask if there's any specific they found most helpful. Where can I improve or do a better job of serving you as a customer? There's some people that are really hands off, or there's some that want more communication. They want you to tell them when there's specific promos going on, or, so you can, there's people that like different levels of hand holding. And so this is a great opportunity for you to figure out so that you can cater your customer service to them, which I think is amazing because they're like telling you. So then you don't ever have to feel bad for like if you feel like you're always checking in on them or whatever, but because they're actually telling you what they want. Um, and then have you seen any results? Have you experienced any specific results since we've been working together? And if yes, try to get as specific as possible. Like get the specifics as to what you've helped them with. Maybe it was like they've suffered from rosacea their whole life, or maybe they've had acne scarring, or maybe they've had like severe bloating, like bugs crawling all over, severe bloating, like, and asking for that testimonial because that people like buy from the experiences of other people. And sometimes, yes, them knowing us and hearing our testimonials over and over again is great. But when they hear it from someone else, it may speak more to them than our personal testimonial. So just having that wide array that your audience can see is really helpful. Okay. So then there's our past clients. So there are clients that don't renew, like it does happen. And this is a great way to reach back out to them. The goal is to not have to see if they're still interested or to like convert that sale right away. It's like just figuring out ways that you could have helped them better and just like starting that conversation again, right? Like being people focused. So if you don't know their problem, hey, Alicia, it's been a while. I saw that you were just at this in Saskatchewan at like this pool in this backyard. Where was that? That looked amazing. Blah, blah, blah. And then they're more likely to respond to that. Because you're making it about them, shows that you've been paying attention. And then you move on to, I want to see if you could help me with some marketing research for my business. Would you be willing to answer a few short questions as a past customer of mine? It would be a huge help. Wait for the answer. Thank you. That means a lot to me. What was your reason you originally bought from me? Was there a specific problem you had or that you were struggling with? You may need to lead them a little bit if they're not 100% sure. Like I feel like you started it for energy with the fizz, blah, blah, blah. And is energy still an issue for you? And if the answer is still yes, what are you doing now that is like addressing the problem? And they're likely going to say, nothing, life has been busy. I just haven't had time to open a packet of fizz and put it in my water. It's just so busy to make a drink. Like I just can't do it. So then, genuinely understanding their problem. And then at the next point, being like, you know what, are you missing your fizz? Like, I would love to get your hands back on fizz so that you can have the energy to enjoy the summer with your kids. It goes by so fast. Like, I want you feeling your best. Like, and we just introduced this new green synergy elixir. Would love to pop you a sample in the mail to see if that could be a great compliment to your fizz to help you start your day off right. Like go with that. Okay, and then I really, really like this one, and it kind of goes to the training I did a month ago, 2 months ago. I don't know. Time has no concept to me right now, but this is an authentic outreach to engage leads. So this is anyone that likes, hearts, or comments on your posts or stories. So this shows that people are actually watching you. They're engaging with your stuff, and so that means, hey, like that is a person you can talk to. They're often people that I'm like, oh my gosh, they're watching, but oh no, they could, like, I prejudge. I don't know if you guys can relate, but I prejudge. I'm like, oh, they wouldn't be interested in this. They're just liking it to to show me support. Like there's no way they would ever be interested in this. So, but this makes you kind of lead in to see how you can help them. So, hey, thank you so much for taking the time to comment on my post today or the other day. I'm curious, what are you doing in this area yourself? Like, say, I just did a reel on cleaning vegetables. Like, is this something you do? Like, does this interest you? Um, Thanks for leaving so much for leaving that comment on the post. I'd love to learn more about what you shared or if they liked or loved a post. Hey, thanks for taking the time to like my post today. It lets me know that people are actually paying attention. How have you been? So it starts that conversation. So make it conversational by exchanging a few messages like, how have you been? Oh my gosh, like summer is so amazing. Kids are so busy and they're crazy and blah, 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 just go on. And then I'm curious, what are you doing right now in this area of vegetables and fruits? I don't know. Brain is dead right now, but like just carrying on, seeing like what about it interests them. Or another example, I'm curious, what made you like or love this post? Was there anything specific that caught your attention? And then if they comment or express an interest, thank you so much for the comment on my post about so-and-so. Could I ask, would you be interested? Or hold on, I can't move you guys out of the way there. Hold on. Boop, boop. Sorry, I clicked on something and now I can't. There we go. Or thanks for the comment on the post. I'd love to share some information with you. Could I ask why you're interested? So again, you're asking permission and you're asking leading questions. You're asking exploratory questions for them to share with you. What do you find to be this big? So again, figuring out the problem. What's the biggest challenge in this area? Relate to what they share. Oh my gosh, like the felt found approach, right? Like I totally hear you. I used to be so bloated all the time. What I found is that once I started consistently taking the Green Gut Glow every single day, my bloating went down significantly. And I actually found that my postpartum hair growth was like amazing. And my nails feel stronger. Like, and this drink makes me feel so good in the morning to combat my day with my plethora of children. Would you like some help in this area? Right? So, and feel free and then wait for their response and then feel free to make your recommendations to help them. Okay. That was, why can't I find my cursor? Oh, there we go. Okay. Stop sharing because it was on, listen, Linda. Okay. So that's what I wanted to share with that. So I do want to give you guys a takeaway. Okay. And I can share this presentation in our on our Facebook group so that you all have access to it and the verbiage. But what I want you to do is start a conversation with the three different groups by the end of day tomorrow. Okay. So one, start a conversation with your current clients with those leading questions. Okay. And the second is starting a conversation with these leading questions, figuring out their problems, how you help them, what they like about you, what they don't, with past customers. And if you're new here and you don't have any past customers that have expired, then do 2 reach outs to two current prospects. Okay. And if you don't have any of the first 2 categories, moving on to section 3 is there have been more than a few people liking or commenting on your posts, on your stories, commenting, liking, all of the things. Start a conversation with them. Okay. So those 3 tasks, 1, 2, 3, current customers, past customers, and leads. Okay. So reach out by the end of day tomorrow. So 3 of those. Okay. Does anyone have any questions? Okay. Well, I know Paige wants to finish this off. So thank you so much all for listening. And just continue building those authentic relationships because that's what's really going to excite you and get you going in this business and one of the best things about this business is the relationships that are formed. So carry that with you. On to you, Paige.
Love it, Lindsay. And I love the example. And I was going to say, can you please post that on our Facebook page? Because I was taking screenshots, but I know if you're not on a screen, like I'm not usually on my phone. So would absolutely love that. And those genuine friendships or relationships or genuine conversations, they so serve you so far and so long. And it kind of made me think of a win that I had last week, and it carried on to today. I had a lady that I met through a group. I don't know how I got in, like somebody did some sort of like 10,000 step group or something like that in Instagram, probably 3 or 4 years ago. And of course, I made friends with everybody in that group, even though I didn't know them. I started following them on Instagram. It was just like a, hey, do you want to do this 10,000 steps? I was like, yeah, I'm in. So I didn't know them. So started making relationships. Anyways, long story short is there's this lady in there that I have continued to talk to. And we talk baseball. We talk a lot of different varying things. I asked her probably, I don't know, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago to try Fizz. It was a hard no. I was like, okay. I asked her to do a brand call or a practice call and did one with her. I want to say it must have been like maybe February. And she's like, people reach out to me all the time about this. And I said, honestly, you should take it as a compliment. She's like, yeah, definitely a hard no for me. Like that, like it was like hard no. I reached out to her 3 weeks ago and asked her to try. I was like, hey, I have a full skincare set. I would just love your opinion. And she was like, no, I use one product. Like you guys, these were like harsh no's, like not just like a, no thanks, like so nice of you. No, I only use coconut oil. I was like, okay, like, oh wow, that's awesome. And I'm like, what do you use for sunscreen? Like kept the conversation going, right? However, throughout that, there has been conversations about baseball and life. And actually she's a teacher and left teaching, like had to take a stress leave this year. Well, when last week, Thursday, I think it was, I woke up to a like, hey, I want to talk to you about Arbonne. I don't want you to convince me of anything. I want to drill you with questions. And she was like again, very direct. And I was like, all right, let's do this. And so we met for coffee today and she showed up with a notebook. You guys, I don't know that I've ever talked to her in person. Like it's always been like, back and forth on Instagram. And so she showed up with a notebook and I was sweating a little bit. There you go. Right. With Gabby. Right. And I was like sweating. I was like, I love that you have a notebook. You're so like me. Like, this is clearly like, I would 100% bring a notebook to a meeting like that. And you guys, she's really excited to be a part of this team, and being in the teaching industry this year, it's just really opened up her eyes to what she doesn't want, even though she's very passionate about her job. And so she was literally a like fourth no last week about trying the skincare a couple weeks ago. And she reached out to me about the business. So you never know, but I 100% like chalk it up to having not only talked to her about Arbonne and having had relationships and having, even after no's, continued conversation with her. Right. And like would reach out when she was really upset about leaving the school and being on stress leave. Hey, like I just wanted to check in and see how you're doing. Like, I know that this has got to be hard for you. And it doesn't mean that you're somebody's psychologist, because we definitely don't have time for that. But it just means that you send somebody a hug. Like if that's all you have the capacity to do, hey, I know that you really love teaching. I just want to send you a hug and let you know I'm thinking about you. Like if you don't have room for that conversation to open up to like potentially what it could be. But I just wanted to share that one with you because I thought it was really amazing. And I think sometimes when you are getting no after no after no after no, and sometimes they're very harsh, you can feel like, oh, what am I doing wrong? But you guys, this is a relationship business. So I love that you shared that, Linz. And I just wanted to touch on one thing, which this may not mean anything to you, or you may have seen something and you're like, I kind of wonder, or maybe you're like, holy crap, this is actually bugging me a little bit. I don't know if you guys all noticed, but probably about 2 weeks ago, and I think it was in the chat, Saint ended their ability to be a leader in their company, and they are only doing affiliate. Okay. And then today it was announced that Rodan and Fields is doing the same thing. So my personal opinion is that these companies are, the Saint makeup company, these companies are struggling. They're not seeing growth, and this is kind of their last, I just want to say like last kind of, I don't know what the term is, but last like kind of hope for continuing to their product to stay alive. So basically what they're doing, if you're new to network marketing, is that they're basically turning it into like an Amazon. Okay, so you're just going to have a link, you're going to be able to share a link, and that's it. So your ability for bonuses, overrides, leadership, which to me is very, very important. Vic, I'll open up your comment in a sec, but very, very important. And it is the best thing in Arbonne. Whether or not you're a leader right now, whether or not you think you're good enough to be, or maybe you're struggling in leadership in general. And I'm actually going to be training on leadership next Monday night because it's something that I've grown to be so passionate in. You guys, when I started this, I was like, I can't even lead myself, let alone barely take care of my children and then help somebody else lead their businesses, right? And so it hurts, like Chelsea says, it hurts my heart for these people that have businesses. So if you think of yourself having an organization, and you guys, that's what makes this business attractive, is being able to time leverage and to also help other people see the same success as you, if not better than you. That's what to me is my favorite part in this business. So to have that kind of taken away suddenly absolutely hurts my heart. And I can only imagine. But with that, it can also affect, and you're probably going to see, so I just encourage you to, if you are seeing a lot of like network marketing's going downhill, oh my God, this business doesn't work anymore, blah, 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 blah. I encourage you to stop following that and not open your mind to, this is the most, like, this is the tool that you need to protect in this business is right here. And you need to protect your mind. And what we heard in Vegas, and what I'm going to read to you something that I got today, but what we heard in Vegas from Jean David, who is the CEO, I believe, of Group Rocher, so who's our parent company, who is the company who is building and backing Arbonne, they have zero intent. You guys, this is a legacy company which has been around for over 44 years. There is no way that they are going to take away the best part of what network marketing holds, and that is the ability to grow into a leader. So I reached out to a couple MVPs that I know that, you know, are in good communications, and talking with Jen Orlando, who's our CEO. And this is what was shared today. So it's from Jen, and she says, hello all, we've received some questions regarding the recent updates about other MLMs and their future plans. I want to assure you that Arbonne remains fully dedicated to network marketing and proudly continues as an MLM. As we shared a few weeks ago at GTC, we have a remarkable 40 plus years of success that we are incredibly proud of, and we have no plans to make any changes. So let's stay focused on our exciting mission to promote sustainable, healthy living. And with your dedication and partnership and the support of Group Rocher, our future shines bright. So thank you all for your leadership. And then they're going to be on an NVB call this week. So we are strong and we are stable, and we have a 44-year foundation. So when you see a new company come up, or, you know, it looks shiny, this is what can happen, you guys, is that people will switch and they don't have, and you sure they're going to see a lot of growth, right? But they don't have the foundation that Arbonne has. And I would much rather grow a slow and steady business than go skyrocketing and then have nothing. And like, yeah, grass is greener. And I know we discussed this a couple weeks ago too. So with that being said, I just want to put, if you guys were questioning or wondering or like, what if, how's this going to go? Just know that Arbonne always has our back. And one thing to consider, and I actually am more aware of it now, is that these other companies, you guys, I'm not seeing people promote. I don't know people who have promoted. I don't know people that have moved or gained or, you know, taken over their family income financially. I don't know anybody in a lot of other companies. And so we are still seeing people promote in Arbonne. We are still seeing a lot of growth in Arbonne. I think up over 200%. I don't have the exact stats. But you guys, this is the time to yell it even louder from the rooftops with the biggest heart that this is the best company. Vic, do you have a question, hon? I'm just going to look at the chat too.
Yeah. So I like I was saying, I saw it earlier. Obviously, like there was a tiny bit of concern that came into my mind, because I think that that's just a normal thought to have when you see something like that. And then also you see all the, you know, people that I follow that aren't even necessarily in network marketing, but they are advocates for network marketing, and they're going off. And so I had to mute earlier today because I was working. And then of course it was, you know, it gets you worked up if you're watching it, no matter who you are, right? You can't help but to watch it. And so I stopped watching it, but then I did hear a perspective tonight that kind of turned things around in my mind. And obviously, like, I know Arbonne's very stable, and I was kind of going back and forth with Joe, and the perspective was that, you know, if this is the last shred effort to save their business, or maybe it's to make more money, where they feel like they could have opportunity to make more money because they're not paying teams. If you think about it, the amount of customers that would have a bad taste in their mouth from something like this, and or like Arbonne, we have a huge customer base, but a lot of the customers are consultants. So I feel like it's going to backfire, the affiliate thing indefinitely. And I just feel like I'm not trying to say anything negative about this move for them, but I feel like we just have something so different in Arbonne, like you said, and I don't see anybody else from any other company. Like, I don't know anybody in Monat that has, maybe one person, or there's very few people in these companies that I see, like you said, promote. So I got out of the head trash. I've deleted a lot of accounts off of my page, but I'm glad that you addressed it, because I was in my mind today, a little bit in my head thinking like, oh my gosh, like what if this is just to make more money, and like, will Arbonne do this? And I started questioning it, and I've just come back to the foundations of everything that I've learned over the last 18 months. And I don't feel like it's going to happen. I know that anything is possible, but I'm just glad that you addressed it. So thank you for that. And that's all I wanted to say.
You bet, Vic. And thanks for sharing and just your honesty, because, it can creep in, especially if you are like, maybe if you're not in a good place in your business and you're like, oh man, okay, I knew this was the sign that I needed to, we just need to know. So I am going to post it on the page just so that people can see it and read it too, in the event that they are not on this call, which again, I just want to commend you guys for being on here live, or if you're listening to the recording, for still making these calls a priority. Because when I talked to this girl today about the business, she's like, wait, what does it look like? What do I have to do? And I said, you need to be on this Monday night call, bottom line, because you need to stay connected. So again, if you're listening to the recording, if the time doesn't work for you, then, I'm so proud of you for listening to the recording and making it a have to, because it is something that keeps us all connected, and it's something that keeps us in the know for a situation like this, right? Because I can't tell you how many people probably are sitting back that maybe aren't getting on this call and are like, oh, I saw this today, and they're just going to sit in that. Whereas like, we're going to address these things, right? And so I love it. You guys, I'm excited, and I'm excited for where Arbonne's going. And I'm not just saying that, I'm saying that when I'm on a Cecilia Stoll VP call on Mondays and she's in tears because she is so like the vision for what Arbonne has coming. You guys, I mean, this woman is, her heart of gold, but for the vision that she has, and the just like gratitude and like, I want to say excitement, but it's coming out in so much emotion because she's so grateful for what's coming for all of us. I just encourage you to keep putting one foot in front of the other, whatever that looks like. Keep growing, keep your mind strong, keep your blinders on, like Chelsea says, and trust that Arbonne always has our back and will forever. We've always been the number one. The field has always been the number one to Arbonne, and that's us. And so they're going to do everything that they can to always make us, just feel loved, feel safe, feel supported, and give us the tools that we need. And I'm excited for that. So love you guys all. Thank you, Lindsay, again, for such an amazing call. I just looked at your name and I was like, Paige. And then I'm like, oh yeah, right. Because you logged in. So thank you for that. And love you guys so much. And we will see you next week. And the topic of leadership, which is my favorite one. Bye.